Good morning, Math 130 students to my 9 a.m. class. I wanted to give a few updates quick before students start working in the course pack workbook. One is your Math in Our World workbooks are in. Those were in last Thursday at some point. So maybe my morning class, I don't think they were in for my morning class, but they came in. So they're in. If you are picking yours up from the school, you can do that today through Friday, 9 to 5. As far as I know, there's somebody at our Jet store to do that. If not, then they will be mailed to you, I believe. I'm sending an email. I'm getting hopefully some response about exactly how that's going to happen. The other thing is a few people did not get their 1.2 lesson check-in by Sunday night because the mix-up of where to find the content. So I extended this one time. It's only 1 point each anyway, but I'm going to extend it this one time. Other than that, I won't be extending those. So the lesson checks are always due on Sundays. I have them placeholders in our calendar on Tuesday and Thursday because those are the days that we're doing the lessons. But always know that they're due on Sunday nights at midnight. So I extended 1.2 through the 12th for anybody that not get it in. You have unlimited tries. So I'm going to share my screen and show you a few things here. I want you to know that there are, let's see right here, YouTube videos. So there's YouTube videos for each lesson. Now, I'm going to actually put another link in here because these are from Eric. Eric is doing some of them and I don't think he has them all caught up right now. So I think I'm going to go and make my own videos. I'm going to see what he has. I know he did lesson 1-1. Yeah, he did 1-1 and I think that's all he has. So, anywho, I'm going to go and make some of my own so that those are available to you all. But they'll still be the same link. That'll just be my link. And it's going to be me working through the majority of the problems in the lesson. So if you need help and you're not able to be on the live session, it might be easier for you to work through the workbook and then go to my YouTube video and kind of follow along with those. There is going to be the end of September, the very last week of September. I'm not going to be having live sessions that week because I'm going to be out of town. That was like a pre-planned thing. And I don't have anybody to sub for me. So I will have these lessons created ahead. And actually one of the days is going to be a work day for your project anyway. And I wanted to get you started on the project today too. So that's right here. So right here are the videos for each lesson. If you're not able to be on the live session, it might be helpful to go through these. But I would definitely always click on my live recording video because this is where I give updates to you twice a week. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you right here is where it says projects. I am going to, for now, project 1 is in here. I am going to give a link down this week in here for project 1. Project 1 is listed right here at 9/23, but it's actually not due until Tuesday, 9/28, because I'm going to be gone this week right here. So I'll be having these listed that there's no live sessions. That's not true. There's no live session that day. So I will be moving that. So there's no live sessions the week of 9/21 and 9/23. You'll be finishing up lesson 1-7. And actually my goal is that we will try to get to 1-7 the week prior. I will have a video for 1-7. And then you'll be finishing up, and then I'm gonna leave you to, this will be started down here. See, I'm just moving all kinds of things around just for this 1 week. But you're gonna have this week free to finish up your project 1. So let me show you project 1. There's a link up here under projects, but I'm also gonna put a link down below for you as well. So if you click on projects, there's project 1 data. 2 things of data that you're going to need. And then you're going to click on Unit 1 project document, and it's going to download, and you're going to open that up. and it's going to walk you through. So there's two big parts to project one. The first one is a little spreadsheet. So in lesson 1, 2, we kind of did that at the end of last week, where the person had the whole little schedule of their week of what they plan to do each hour of the day. Like they even mark sleeping. You can mark, I always call my grandma for an hour on Sundays, 6 to 7, whatever you want to do. So if you go back to lesson 1, 2, which I can show you here, oopsie, I can show you here in our Math in Our World book. So this here is what I'm talking about. So you're going to want to make a spreadsheet for yourself, either in an Excel spreadsheet or you can use Google Sheets if you want. And I will put a link to one that I used last year if you want to kind of follow mine. But and just mark with some kind of system how you want to do that. If you want to mark it C for time in class, H for homeworks, S for sleep. If you have a job, W for work, O for other commitments, block those off. And then you're going to go through and you're going to tally up just like we did on this lesson 1, 2. And we're going to kind of finish lesson 1, 2 in class today anyway. And then you are going to do the percentage of your week for each of these categories. So if you go and click on the project, you'll be able to read through my expectations here. There's going to be some calculations because I want you to calculate. You're going to do a spreadsheet of where you're going to plan to spend your time. And then over the next week or so, you're going to actually record like, oh, on this day, I only slept 6 hours. On this day, I slept 13 hours. I was really tired. So you're going to actually keep track of how you actually spend your time. Okay. So then you are going to create degrees. So you're going to do just like we did in 1.2, where we found how many degrees are in a circle, 360. You're going to use the percentages for each category to find out how many degrees for each category, so you know what your pie should look like. The cool thing is if you use Microsoft Excel, there is a way in Microsoft Excel, this is something else, but I'm going to show you here in Microsoft Excel that you can do some, you can go into data and then you can do some different graphs. So you can insert a pie chart here using the data that you have in your spreadsheet. Okay, so that's a way to do that and to validate what you have. And then see down here, it says actual time usage. So then you're going to keep track of your actual time usage. And then task part 3 to this keeping track of your time thing, you're going to do some calculations on the actual difference in one of your main categories of your choice and go, wow, I actually spent more. And you're going to calculate how much more time you spent in that category. And then you're going to calculate the relative difference. So remember in lesson 1.1, we talked about percent increase and percent decrease. That's this relative difference that you're going to calculate. Because sometimes it's good to look back and go, wow, I actually spent way less time studying than I thought I did. Or wow, I work a lot more hours every week than I thought I did. Now, if you don't want to budget your time, maybe you're like, you know what, I like to kind of budget my money. This is where I think my money is supposed to go every month. So like plan out your budget with money. And then actually in the next week or so, like write down like, wow, I actually spent more money on coffee than I thought I did. Or wow, I went to McDonald's way many more times than I thought I did. So you could do the same thing with money. Then the last part of the project is right here. It's called apportionment. And this is going to be all about lesson 1.7. And so you won't be able to really work on that until we get to 1.7. That's why I'm kind of giving you an extra week after we do that lesson to complete this portion of the project. And if you have questions, you by all means can schedule time to meet with me on the Zoom. I would love to help you with that. Okay, so I make that small. Okay, so everybody here ready to get started on lesson 1-3? I sent out the Google Doc. So our actually we should probably kind of go through 1-2 and make sure everybody knows how to do that. What the 3 people that are on, did you get through 1-2 okay? Or does anybody have any questions on how to make the pie chart or read a pie chart?
I haven't made the pie chart yet, but that's the only thing that I have left.
Okay, Carter, did you want to work on that too?
Yeah.
The pie chart, okay. So why don't we do that, Stephen? You can kind of work on, if you're working on 1-2 still, or if you want to go back to 1-3, you're welcome to do that. So
Okay.
so everybody got the numbers right here, or the hours. I gave you those in the last video.
Yeah, I'm trying to open it. Yeah, I don't know if I did something wrong, but my percentage, like I think I might have been rounding wrong, but I got 100.2 total, like after I added everything up.
Yeah, it might have just been due to like some simple rounding.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go back through the hours quickly so everybody has them. Oopsie. So the hours for class was 15, 32 hours for homework, sleep had 54 hours, work had 15 hours, and other had 52 hours.
Wait, I think I might have been doing the wrong assignment. What is that from the Alex book?
Yep.
Oh shoot.
Did you tally them up wrong? I gave them at the end of the video last week.
No, I did the wrong. It's all right. I'll open it up real quick.
Did you have different numbers?
No, I just did the wrong. I did this one out of the course pack also. Oh, but we were supposed to do that, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just didn't end up doing the Alex one. That's my bad. I'll get it. I can do
What
that.
do you mean you didn't do the Alex one?
I just didn't do the 1.2 at all in the Alex book.
Oh, you just did the worksheet?
Yeah.
That's why, well, in the 1 point, then you wouldn't know where to get the 1.2 question, because the 1.2 questions come all from this Alex book, but you're going to get the physical book in the mail.
Okay, that just threw me off a little bit, but that's all right. I can still get that done.
Yeah, so the the book, the 1.2 lesson check is this question here, number 6. It's asking you for the percentage of your week that is spent on homework. So that's where you kind of need to go back and do questions 4 and 5 too. So so I'll let you all work, and how about I do this? Sometimes students like to work in the breakout room, because then I'm not there, and a lot of times they share even more and help each other more when I'm not there too. So I'm going to put you all in the breakout room and I'll let you work, but by all means, if you need me and one of your Stephen, Ethan, and Carter can't help each other, then raise your hand and I am there like Johnny on the spot to answer your question.
Okay.
At least I know sometimes I'd prefer to sometimes ask my friends questions than my teacher, just for whatever reason. So there you go. You can all join the breakout room and then just raise your hand with the reactions if you need me, and then I'll come in and check in on you. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I had a question for number 10 on page 39. I mean, I guess not really a question. I was just confused on how to set it up.
What problem? I've got my old book, so the numbers are up a little bit. So I want to try to find out what problem is it, hon? In 1.23.
Yes, it's asking to use one of the symbols introduced, like the greater than or less than or equal to,
Oh, uh-huh.
um, to describe these stem cells grown from skin cells or the organs growing from stem cells.
Oh, I remember looking at that one. That's a new question in our new book, but let me find it because I remember looking through that. Okay, so that's 1.3. Question number 10.
Yeah,
So use one of the symbols introduced in the previous paragraph to describe the relationship between the dates for organs being grown from stem cells as compared to stem cells being grown from skin cells. Do so using verbal descriptions of those quantities. So I think we have to go back. There was a timeline, wasn't there, up here?
yeah.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, Mrs. May needs to make this bigger because is there in this gear? Text size, yes, yes, yes. Mrs. May needs this. I need it actually even bigger than this, actually. Oh, there's a little bit bigger. Okay. So there is organs grow from skin cells and then skin cells used to grow from stem cells. So which one came first?
I was thinking that the organs grown from stem cells came first because it was listed first.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it looks like it's barely just because the timeline is every 50 years to every 100 years right here. So, I mean, it was probably within maybe like 5 years, right?
Yeah,
Or so of each other. So that's what they want you to, let's see, how do I go back to the reading? Okay. So that's where they want you to write it out. Do so using verbal descriptions of those quantities. So using some words like an inequality. So like, it's kind of a weird thing to use an inequality, a symbol, but you could use words. So like, what words could you use to say that one came earlier than the other?
I don't know. That's the part I'm confused on, I guess.
Okay. So I would say like, if you were going to say some organs came from skin cells, I think is what it was, right? Organs came from, grow from stem cells, occurred before, so that would be like a less than, right?
Yeah,
So occurred before skin cells grew from stem cells. So,
okay.
so yeah, so like using a word before, came earlier, yeah. So there's like words in our natural language that we would use. I would say before would satisfy that. And then if you were trying to come up with like years, were they wanting you to estimate the years, I think, right, that happened. So
Yeah,
I would estimate that if this is 2000, this is 2100, then this is going to be the year 2050, right, in between there.
hmm,
And then I would say maybe that's maybe 2007 and 2008. I'm just guessing that that's every 10 years. Maybe it's after 2010. So I mean, it's some kind of a guesstimate. I would say between 2005 and 2015.
yeah,
And so you're going to guesstimate each year. So that's all that's asking you for there in number 10.
okay.
It's really this 1.3 is all about estimation.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Estimation and using some inequality symbols. And Ethan, Carter, do you have any questions on 1-2 that you're working on?
I don't have any questions yet, but I am still working on it.
Okay. Carter, you're doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okie dokie. I'll let y'all keep working. I'm gonna leave the breakout room here. Let's see here. How do you get to the pie chart? On what one?
No, I'm at the pie chart for number 9 on page 25, but I don't know how to use like a
Oh,
pen on there to fill
well,
it out.
don't worry about it. I would just do it on your own paper because eventually you're gonna have the actual workbook in front of you that you can actually write on.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so no worries on that. Did you,
Alright.
did you check in with anybody to see what everybody else got? Make sure everybody got the same degrees?
Not yet. I just finished.
What did you get for, Carter, did you get your degrees? Anybody else want to go over that? I want to make sure just everybody got the same.
Yeah, I can say what I got.
What percentage did you get for, like, if you go back to the percentages in number 6, what percentage did you get for homework?
Homework, I got 19%.
Awesome. What about work?
8.9%.
Okay, that one, yeah, and I would just probably just round that up to a 9%.
Okay.
Okay, so then when you went to, is it number 8, they were asking for the degrees?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you end up getting for your degrees?
For class, I got 27.72 degrees.
So what percent did you have then for that category for class?
7.7.
Okay, that I think should have been 9%. It should have been 15 hours. Did you have 15?
Oh, I must have miscounted. I got 13 for
Okay,
class.
so that should be 15, and then
Okay.
class should be 9%,
Okay, that's off then.
and that'll change your degrees a little bit there.
So it would be
I had mine rounded to 32.
32.4. Did you just round it? Do you not use the decimals for
I had
degrees?
32.42, but I would probably just round to 32 because it's going to be easier to try to draw that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that for all of them then.
And then what did you get for degrees on homework?
68.
Yeah, I rounded. Yeah, I end up just with rounding. I end up rounding that one up to 69, but that doesn't. Technically rounding it should round down to 68, but you're right. To get it to work out mathematically, I rounded that up.
Okay.
But,
Sleep, I got 115 or 116, I guess. Work, I got 32. And
Yep.
then other was also 115. But that's probably off because I had
The other was down, yeah. So other, I end up getting 112.
okay.
Yeah. So if you got all that, I would say you could go ahead and just move forward just so that you can kind of get into 1.3 today. So
Okay.
I would move ahead, and I could do this because I know what like things are valuable and what are not as things to worry about. I would move to you could move to, if you want some review of reading tables and percentages, this one on page, the one about the candidates for president, was that page 28? You know what? It's just estimate. That one's just estimating and filling in a thing too. I would skip that and go to, let's see. There was some. Did I have? let's see, did I hit page 33 in the? I thought I was sharing my screen. Here I wasn't even sharing my screen. Let's see. So that's page Google for 1.3. What did I have for the ebook for 1.2? Did I have the National Pet Owners?
Do you mean which one?
Yeah, what other assignments did I have for 1.2? Let's see here.
I have a bunch of.
It was page 21, 1 through 7, and then page 33, 1 through 10.
33, 1 through 10. I guess it's up to you. If you're feeling pretty confident with understanding how to read the like pie charts and the graphs, you could skip to lesson 1.3. Otherwise, if you're like, oh, I could use some more practice, you could go to that page 33 and work on those. It's kind of up to you.
I'm confident in reading them, but for the other one, I just miscounted when I was adding them all up.
Yeah, then I would skip ahead to 1.3. Most students are probably fine with, you know, estimating and reading these. So you could probably just skip to 1.3, hon.
All right.
Carter, how are you doing?
I'm currently on page 33, 1 through 10. I'm on question 5.
You're on question what one?
5.
Okay. And if you're confident reading these, or if you want to move to 1.3, you're welcome to as well. You've got past the 1.2 check. So if you want me to go over any of them, I'm happy to do that as well.
Okay.
And then
Are we
here's,
just doing 1 through 10 for right now, or are we doing all the way through the whole thing?
is this Carter asking on what on one?
Ethan.
Oh, Ethan, on what
No.
which one was that? On lesson 1.2 or 1.3?
On 1.3.
On 1.3, it's right here on the Google Doc that I sent today.
Oh, okay.
So yep, so starting on page 39, working on 1 through 19. And so lesson 3 is all about estimation. So using estimating numbers, being able to go to the grocery store and estimate maybe like your bill with, out having exact numbers in front of you or a calculator, kind of doing estimation, things like that, estimating like, what is my tip when you go to go to a restaurant to tip your server? And then also using like some inequalities like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, some things like that, being able to read those. That's what lesson 1.3 is all about.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so I will let you all go to breakout room. It sounds like Steven's a little bit ahead. So if you, Ethan and Carter, just throw it out there. Hey, Steven, what'd you get for this one? Doesn't mean that he is ultimately right. It just means that he has already worked on it. So
I do have a question for
Sure.
was it like 16 through 19 or something on page 39? It's nothing crazy, but it just asks to give an example that doesn't match, like that doesn't make sense in the context of the statement. Just wanted to make sure I was doing that right.
So 16 through 19.
Yeah.
Let's see here. On the slow ride pedal bus, on that one.
Yeah. Well, on any of them really, because it says to.
And give an example of a value that satisfies the inequality but doesn't make sense in the context.
So like if I said like, 12 is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to wait, no, what did I put? Yeah, 12 is greater than or equal to P, and then you put P as -1. It satisfies the value, but it doesn't make sense in the context because you can't have -1 people on a bus.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the 50 ways to leave your lover. That's awesome. Song. Yep. You're good.
And then the isotherm one I just got to. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So when looking at that, I'm just I just look at the lines and guess how
Yep,
much each temperature is supposed to be.
yep. So you can see like the isotherm for 10 degrees, it kind of moves up like north and south, and then kind of goes back up north again, right? But that's just that's the way our winds go, and that's why it kind of moves that way.
Okay, I was confused. I was like, I don't know if that line means that it's -10 all the way through, or if the temperature is changing on based on that, but that makes sense.
Yep, so it means that that's like -10 kind of all the way like in that space. So like S is somewhere between 0 and 10 degrees, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, probably closer to 10. Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
you got it. Yeah, they're quirky to look at. You're good. Okay, I'll let you all keep working. And if you need to go take a break, I mean, you're at home, you're on your own. I'm just here to support you in any way I can.
Like continue my pathway. It says it was due like Sunday at 11:59. Is it this Sunday or was it yesterday?
Which one you
Or
said?
like,
The Alex?
yeah, the pathway
The pathway.
or the path, like where it says like continue my path, like for the pie chart thing.
Uh-huh. Well, the initial knowledge check needed to be completed first. Hopefully you already did that.
Yeah, I did that.
And then and then once you're in Alex, here, I think I'm in right here. So let me, oh, I didn't mean to do that. No. Let's see if I can go to. I did. Just 1 minute. I'm get out of my account here. Let me see what if I can get it to a student view here. Student view. So there should be a menu over on the left. It wants me to do this every time because Mrs. Bean has not done that yet. Okay, so over on the left, there should be a menu. Shoot, I wanted to get. Let me try to get through this. Okay, skip the tutorial. I skipped that, thank you. I'm gonna have to go to. Let me go to my other class. I thought I had done this in one of the classes. I've already went through all this, so it's like I should be able to just go straight to the menu, but it wasn't apparently in that class section, so it's not letting me go to the menu. Okay, here I am. This should be a student view. Okay, so that's what I have so far. This is telling me what I have due over here. So this says due Sunday, that says coming Sunday. Anything when it says due, it means the next one coming up.
Okay.
So those are all four. And then if you click on the menu over here to the left, it should show you everything that's available to you. So that's where you could just go to assignments, and it should also show those assignments. So these four all due this Sunday for the fact that I moved lesson 1-1 and 1-2 to this coming Sunday because folks didn't all have everything signed up last week. But from now on, there should only be 2 lessons due every Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, and then it's going to tell you, based on what you did on your initial knowledge check, you should have some of these topics already completed. If that makes sense.
You said you went to assignments?
Yep, over on the left, it should be, just click on assignments. Yep, so if you go to
Okay, yep.
assignments, And then do you see your 4 assignments, hon?
Yeah.
And then you should see over here on the details, based on how you did in your initial knowledge check, some of the top, you should have some of these maybe completed already out of what was, it should maybe say, you know, some out of 7 or some out of 8 over here on the details.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you,
Yep, I see.
yep, and so if you did well on your initial knowledge check, you might already have some of those completed. And if you scroll down to like the unit 2 or unit 3, some of those might be already show that you've completed some of those as well.
Yeah. I got a
Yep.
few like that. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, so anything that you did well on your initial knowledge check, it might already have some of those completed.
All right.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to kind of figure it all out. Once you get it all figured out, then you'll be, you know, a little bit more of a pattern of how things are going to work for the semester. Okay, let me know if y'all need me.
This one, like the temperature, whatever. Would we like follow the letter and whatever state it lands on? Would us write the degrees for that?
Yep, so for instance, like letter L, do you see that one, hon?
Yeah.
Let me go, oopsie. Let me share my screen so the people at home can see this too. So letter L falls right on that line, and I'm going to follow that around. And so letter L would be right at 40 degrees.
Okay.
Yep. So we're,
Oh. So then for like letter M, Miami, would I like go down a few degrees since it's like lower or like below 50?
well,
By
does it look
test?
like your degrees are getting higher or smaller when you go up and down?
What do you mean? Like how it's like not directly on the 50 degrees line?
Right. But if you look at this, at what they're doing over on the left, you see where my arrows are?
So like how they're rising?
Right. So do you think M would be bigger than 50 or less than 50?
I guess bigger.
Yep,
I'm not
because
really sure.
well, it gets hotter as you go south in the United States. And that's what those are showing temperatures. So if you look at the numbers on the side, it shows that the states up in here where my mouse, do you see where my mouse is moving?
Okay, yeah. I
Those are,
understand it now.
yeah, those are the negative 10 degrees to 0 degrees in that isotherm. And then like the ones I'm moving here are kind of in the 20 to 30 degrees. So it gets warmer as you go down.
Mm-hmm.
Does that clear it up a little bit for you?
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So am I allowed to like use calculator?
So what?
Like are these like estimations or can I like use a calculator and stuff?
Yep, you can use your calculator. It's kind of to be an estimation. So each weekday. So how many weekdays do we have in a week?
5.
Yep, Monday through Friday, so 5. And if you estimate how many weeks in a year,
So $5 per day. So like $5.60 a day.
yeah.
5.
Oh, yeah, because you're drinking 2 of them a day. Yep. So $5.60 a day.
So it'd be like $30, I'm guessing, for like a week.
So $5.60 times, so you're guessing about $30 a week, and about how many weeks in a year?
52. So it'd be 30 times 52. So what would that be?
Yep. 30 times 50 would be 1,500 plus the extra 2 weeks. So what is your estimate?
So like 1560.
So
It's like a-
1,560. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money, isn't it?
That's a ton.
And that's only if your cup of coffee is 280.
That's just for coffee. Imagine like groceries and then like
Yeah. Imagine if you went out to lunch every day, just out to
Mhm.
lunch and spent $5 a day. Let's say you spent $5 a day on lunch. I mean, fast food is expensive. It's probably more like $10 a day.
it'd be like 50.
Yeah, if you
Like-
spent $10 a day, if you spent $50 a week on lunches, just on lunches, that's like $2,500 a year. A lot of money.
I guess I never like put in like perspective like that before.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. Yep. Do you have any other questions over any of the other estimation stuff that you did in 1.3?
Probably have to be from pages 1 through 9. I mean, page 39 and 1 through 19.
What one, hun?
Hang on. Let me check real quick. How do I like get out of like the Zoom screen?
How do you get out of the Zoom screen? Well, if
Oh,
you're
there it is.
yeah, if you're top right, if you click on the where it says view, I think mine says view at the top right. You can say change it to full screen or to not full screen, and then you can make it smaller or move it around.
Yeah, I have a little one open. I don't know why there's like 2 of me in the Zoom call.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
So page. I mean, since they're like all on like estimation,
What?
can you like, you can't really be wrong, I'm guessing.
On which one?
Like 1 through 19.
On 1 through 19?
Isn't it like all on estimation? So it really be on like, I guess like what I thought it would be.
Well, I mean, there's with some reason where it could be wrong if you, you know, kind of misread the scaling on maybe like page 43, the cost of homeowners insurance. I mean, if you didn't read the scaling correctly, you could estimate incorrectly, sure.
Okay, well then I'll ask a question on that. So for the first one, number 11, the homeowner insurance, I said it was like $83 a month for Kelly.
Okay, yeah. Yep, I'd say that's a great estimate because it looks like it is just above the 80 mark. Yeah.
And
And
then for um, for 14,
uh-huh.
is that like what I would want to pay?
Yeah, would you prefer, so that's asking you, like if you were gonna move to Arizona and you wanted to budget some amount for your homeowner's insurance, would you prefer to have an overestimate or an underestimate?
I said underestimate.
And why and just what were your thoughts on that? Why would you want an underestimate?
I wouldn't want to like pay like more than what I had to pay.
True, but if you're planning a budget, I guess I would want to plan to have to spend more than what I really have to spend. Otherwise, if let's say I plan to spend $30 a month, and then that's kind of what I was budgeting, setting aside my money. And then I found out it was actually really $80 a month. I'm short $50 in my budget, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I would prefer to like overestimate. And then if I find out it's less than that, it's like, oh, cool. I don't have, that's less I have to budget every month.
And you'd have like more money left over.
Pardon me?
Wouldn't you have like more money left over if you found out that it was like cheaper than what you budgeted?
Yeah, you'd have money left over that you could allocate for something else. Yep, good question.
Well, I think I'm pretty good for now on the questions. I don't think I'm
Okay, awesome.
okay. So I have a question on that then. So, oh my gosh, where's that? And so
Oh, darn it. I just got out of that screen.
what do we do today?
Somehow.
Wait, how do you like open the worksheet?
Open the worksheet. So in your course pack that you got from, did you pick up your other course pack from the bookstore that has all the worksheets and reviews?
Yeah, I got that one.
Yep. So your worksheet would be inside there. And remember last week I said to pull out all the MAT 040 worksheets and throw those away because that's not for our class. And then the ones that say MAT 130 at the top, those are the ones that are assigned. So if you can see my screen here, anytime there's a blue button with a down arrow, that's where you're going to upload the worksheet that I have listed. So worksheet one.
Click on it and upload it.
Yep, you click on there, and that's where. So you're going to pull out the worksheet from the packet that you received from the bookstore, and you're going to find the 1.1 worksheet. You're going to complete it. It's got a front and a back, and then you're going to scan both sides, and you're going to save that document somewhere on your computer. Email it to yourself from your phone, and save it somewhere on your computer. And then you're going to, wherever you save it, when you click on 1.1 worksheet in here, then it's going to ask you where is it on your computer. And so you're going to go find it in your computer, and then you're going to upload it. Do you know how to, in the scavenger hunt, you should have practiced scanning documents.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent on the uploading thing, so I should be good on that.
Yep. So that's what you're going to do. So tonight it's the 1.1 and 1.2. So everything's always listed in JetNet, what things are due on what day.
Okay.
Yep. You have any questions? If you have any other questions, I'm pretty much around all day today. I've got a couple of appointments this afternoon, but I'll be back in my office at 5 o'clock tonight for my night class.
Okay. If I have any questions, I'll just email you.
Okay, sounds good. Have a great day.